from your video, you can count 8 stories visible. So you count 8 down from the top. And what else do you notice at that same level? I'd say a good forest of trees. So why can't you see that forest of trees?
Listen, man, I really appreciate your video, and I really appreciate your inquisitiveness. But if there's one thing I've learned in my skeptical journey into questioning the consensus about the shape of what we live on, it's that timing almost always favors the flat earthers. Because literally the same day that you uploaded your video saying that we can't see the trees, I was out there today capturing video and you can see the trees. Now, let alone the fact that I could clearly see the trees back in December 2017 using a pair of binoculars. As you can see in this footage that I captured today on November 2nd, the tree line is clearly visible. Clearly visible, as you can see right there, without a doubt, right there. In fact, generally it's a little easier to see it in the spaces between the buildings because the sky gives you a contrast. And but there it is, clear as day, the trees were visible.
Well, there's that famous lighthouse. Also, what you notice is a lot of trees. Not very visible from your vantage point. Some would say that's because it's hidden behind the horizon. Yeah. Skepticism is a good thing, but it's not always the right path.
Guess what, man? Today, I also captured footage of the lighthouse with trees near the base. Holy crap, guys. Can you see that? The Earth is freaking cat. Check them out, guys. The brand new The Earth is Cat t-shirts are now available. Get yourself one of these The Earth is Cat t-shirts. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Get one from yourself right now. Hey, what's up, everybody? So I had some commenters yesterday on my video saying that this video proves we live on a ball. Because, you know, the portion of the building was clearly missing because this building is roughly 12 stories tall, but you can only count so many of these balconies here. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 stories. Oh wait, it's 12 stories. 40 feet's missing. Well, technically I think more than 40 feet is supposed to be missing, according to the official curvature calculator. But you also have to consider the compression effect, which I pointed out yesterday. As you can see, the balconies at the top are actually wider. Then you get closer to the bottom here, they become tiny, thin slivers. We can debate all day what the heck is causing that, but we'll go ahead and move on from there. So we had a few comments. We had LOL shows video clearly showing most of the buildings are hidden by the curvature. Thinks that distortion at the horizon of a few floors equals debunking the globe Earth. I'm more convinced by the day you're just trolling. That's one comment. Here we have another comment. 12 stories tall and I can count 7. Seems like the buildings are disappearing from the bottom up. No. So we have a lot of people who are very convinced that the apparent absence of floors on this building must mean we live on a ball. The problem is I've done multiple observations over the last few days, and each day you can see more floors than the day before, to the point where you can arguably see the entire building. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that footage right now. Okay, so this is a still image from video captured on October 30th, just a few days ago. You can go ahead and count it. See, we have roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe you can fit in a 7th. But if you're going by these little dark spots indicating the balconies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
maybe you can throw a 7 in there. Next up, we have a still image from video taken, much clearer conditions as you can see, on October 31st. Let's go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of these balcony slivers as they become more compressed towards the bottom. So here we had about 8 floors. And on just today, on November 2nd, we could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I could say that's 9. And guess what? There's even more there, because guess what? You see this right here? These little ripples here? Guess what? Those are trees in the foreground. And if you take a look right here at this Google Earth simulation of what the Key Biscayne area looks like, you can see that there's trees in the foreground between where I was standing and the building. And these trees are clearly visible in the footage I captured. So this right here, these trees sticking up, are actually covering some of the floors. So I would argue that even though we can go ahead and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I would argue that there's also a 10 and even a little bit more behind. And if you look at the picture up close that I found online of the building, there's only 12 stories to this thing. So it looks like you can just about see the whole thing today. So the point I'm trying to make is that just because you go out one day and, oh my God, it's missing behind the wall of water, we must live on a ball. You can't necessarily trust that, because from what I've observed, different conditions on different days create totally different observations. So this is a massive, devastating defeat for people like Aristotle, who many years ago came up with the 4 proofs we live in a ball. And one of them was ships disappearing bottom up on the horizon. How can you trust what you're really seeing on the horizon? Now, unless we can confirm which atmospheric conditions are the most accurate and representative of what things really are, then maybe we can start going forward. Now, some people will say, this is just refraction. The only reason you can see the whole building is because it's refracting. Okay, and that's all for debate. But the point is, we have very different observations on different days. And don't get too excited when you see half a building missing and say, oh, we found curvature. Don't get too excited. Okay, guys, thank you for watching.
Holy crap, guys. Can you see that? The Earth is freaking cat. Check them out, guys. The brand new The Earth is Cat t-shirts are now available. They come in a variety of shirts and colors. I also got some great mugs available. Sweater hoods. Get yourself one of these The Earth is Cat t-shirts. I'll put a link to them in the description below. Get one from yourself right now.
Fight back against YouTube censorship by supporting me on Patreon. You'll also get access to exclusive, never-before-seen videos and other perks like monthly Google Hangouts with me, free books and t-shirts, and more.